When I tell you, I experienced just the worst secondhand embarrassment watching a tarot reading. Yeah, you're probably thinking, who are you, and how can you make such a judgment on someone's reading? But it was really uncomfortable, and it wasn't like peering over the fence or anything. When I was in the US, I was in a public place where someone was offering tarot readings, and we were sat having coffee, so it wasn't as though I was out of place. I could hear. Okay, and it was actually my husband give us the nudge just to say, come and listen to this. So this lady sat down, and I think, in my opinion, the first mistake that was made is the reader didn't establish or didn't explain how they were reading the cards. So you guys know logic first and then intuition. So all of my students and all my clients will get a highly intuitive read, but they have a framework. Okay. So, and I show my workings when I read, and I always say to clients, I show my workings, so I explain where it's coming from. But this lady didn't say, oh, I'm working with mediumship or angels guides, or I'm doing just the cards, or she didn't explain. So the woman said, tell me about my love life. Like, I want to know about my love life. But what the reader didn't do is ask follow-on questions. She didn't say, all right, what do you want to know about your love life? Which would be immediately where I would go. So the reader immediately started, throwing out cards, this and this and this. And it was very abstract statements. I see this happening all the time when people are saying, you need to use your intuition more. You need to have more confidence, work on yourself. All great advice, but that might not have been what she was really asking. Now, you can be a great tarot reader, but if you don't understand the psychology of people, understanding the human condition. Now, some people don't agree with me, but I have 94% of people who read with me come back. So I must be doing something right. So it's not just the, grabbing things and making statements, because I understand the why. All right. And I always ask more questions. So I would have said, what do you want to know in relation to love? And then I would have got more information. It could have been that she was in a toxic relationship, or she was worried her partner was going to leave. She might have, been in a situation where she wanted to know how to find love. There is a million ways we would have went with that. And that is another reason why I never have a set spread, because a set spread will immediately limit what we can do, because the question, if you hear anything and take anything from this video, the question is more important, in my opinion, than your skill of reading tarot. I promise you that. Okay. So I'll always go into more, ask further questions in order to find out what the why is, what the real reason. Now, I could see that woman was really disappointed with her investment, and she walked away with not enough information. And it was uncomfortable. The reader was uncomfortable. She was uncomfortable because they hadn't established any kind of rapport or connection. And I could see the reader was also struggling. Okay. So this is why when I am coaching, mentoring people into either reading for themselves or going from learning to earning even, I will explain all of this, and it really does supercharge your reading. I've got a live workshop that I'm doing very soon. You can look there, and that is a great investment to really find out how to do this, how to ask the quality questions, how to take what somebody is saying and shape that into something and make it tangible, so someone can walk away with accountability. They can really understand what's going on in the background of things, and they can walk away with sometimes homework or just a full understanding of what was going on. And unfortunately, that woman didn't experience that, and I really did feel sorry for her. Question is key. I can help you with that. Otherwise, it's a case of fumbling around. I can give little bits of information on here, and you can use some of what I've got here, but really it's bigger than that. It's bigger. I had a student scream at me the other day with joy and excitement when she went, why isn't this easy? And I'm like, just because nobody tells you, or people don't put it together the same way as me, or people gatekeep because they don't want you to know. And that's why I have more people successfully go into reading professionally or have better quality readings for themselves and when they do with their friends, because they understand these things.